Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Confusion continues in Ruto's government. The position of the government on the housing levy keeps on changing. I want us to have a look at a tweet by David Ndii, a tweet that exposes that confusion, after which we are going to dissect that tweet to see what it means politically. David Ndii: the housing fund is not for financing development. It is a revolving fund for de-risking private developers by giving them a guaranteed buyer. The developers will finance the projects. Financing for buyers will come from other sources. The fund sits in between. That's David Ndii about 2 days ago. According to David Ndii, it's the private developers who will finance the housing project. So it's not the government building those houses. The houses are being built by private developers. And I'm taking that to mean those houses will be privately owned by the developers. That's what I'm saying here. Ruto, on the other hand, has been telling Kenyans that it's the government that will build those houses. The houses will be government houses and will be built by the contributions from the employed Kenyans. That's what Ruto has been saying. And now David Ndii is bringing a very interesting tweet, a tweet and a very interesting twist to it. In fact, this is very confusing, and it's very hard now to actually tell which is which. Because honestly, if it's the deductions that will build the houses, then that's not possible. The amount won't be enough to build the houses even after 100 years. It won't be enough. I think David Ndii might be speaking the truth. William Ruto is clearly lying. In this video, I want us to dig deep into this story for Kenyans to understand exactly what is going on behind the scenes. Before we do that, let me remind ourselves here once more that we are still contributing for Nordin Salash from Kajiado in order for him to undergo a kidney transplant at Medihill Hospital, Parklands. A good majority of us here are contributing, which is very encouraging. And let me just acknowledge some few who have so far sent their contributions. You can send 150 bob, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000. Let me, there is somebody here, Stephen Ogola. Stephen, thank you. We have Laban Manga, Frida Bigogo. We have Grace Oduor. Some don't want their names to be actually mentioned, so I'll not mention everybody. We have Nicodemus Okumu, Lois Imam, Omar Abbas. Some I mentioned those the previous days. Elizabeth Njeri Obwong in US. We have Njoguna Kimata, Mary Muredi, Anastasia Kia in US. We have Fatuma Karanja, Florence Odhiambo. We have Harrison Wemali, Salim Mohammed Ramadan, Frederick Mburu, we have Mary Odenya, we have Christopher Sirali, we have Anthony Gashiri Muthemba, Lawrence Gishini, Mary Achieng Wanjala, we have Patti Gadhoni. In fact, there are so many. We can't go through the whole list. So it's just my appeal that we help Nudin Salash from Kajiado undergo a kidney transplant. And in this forum, I know we can help the family raise the Kenya shillings 1 million balance that is needed for the surgery. Initially, the cost was 2 million. The family, through other fundraising somewhere and through NHIF, they have so far managed to raise 1 million Kenya shillings. The family reached out to me to help them raise the remaining 1 million, and I believe that's something, a feat we can achieve in this forum. So in the next 2 days, I'll tell you the amount we have so far raised. Continue sending your contributions willingly, and each contribution sent will highly be accounted for and will also be highly appreciated. Send your contributions to 0722 735 065. 0722 735 065. Yes. Let's now jump to our analysis. Yes. The mere fact that the government is giving conflicting positions on the housing scheme proves that the scheme is not well thought of and it might end up being a scam because there is no clear direction on the scheme. So it might end up as a scam, and most likely it will end up as a scam. It will just be like the 150 unga William Ruto and his team were telling us and boasting about some weeks ago. Something that never even lasted 2 days. So it might go that direction. And in this case, it will turn out to be a very big scam where Kenyans shall have lost their hard-earned money, and then the money won't even be there in the first place. So it might end up as a scam. And then secondly, if you look at this government, the government is saying it has been broke, but from the look of things, I believe that the government, when it comes to the people, it's broke. But when it comes to those in government, there is a lot of money to splash around and to waste. And I'm saying that because just some few days ago, we saw Rigathi Gachagua dishing out huge sums of money, millions, at a church in Kiambu. So when it comes to the people, the government is saying it's broke. When it comes to something benefiting individuals in government, then there is a lot of money. I'm seeing a very high possibility where the government wants to pull a huge chunk of funds from where they can continue looting from. Yes. They want some idle funds somewhere for them to loot. And they tried that with the Hustlers Fund. Hustlers Fund, in my honest opinion, has created some idle funds somewhere from where the government can loot. Yes. Because now there is no time duration that you can demand your funds on this day. It's just some idle funds somewhere. And in this case of housing scheme, The deductions will also provide that idle funds where corrupt government officials will continue looting from. And based on the individuals who have been appointed in this government, I won't be wrong to say that with those idle funds, they'll be having a field day with the public coffers. So this is just another way the government wants a large pool of idle funds. And another thing coming out very clearly, if you look at David Ndii has been sending some coded messages, which comes out sometimes as true, but because he's in government, he cannot expressly say them as they are. David Ndii, I think some few weeks ago, uh, about 2 months or about 1 month, he made it very clear at a televised TV interview that there are a lot of wastages in the government. Things are not good as a result of those wastages. And even through this tweet, David Ndii might be trying to reveal to Kenyans what might be happening behind the scenes. This is a scheme that will eventually collapse. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. But even before I forget, let's save Nordin Salash undergo a kidney transplant. Send your contributions to the number below. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Thank you.